Hi, it's Matt here at London Grapple with Joe. Today I'm going to show you a sneaky little inside trip that can be used against a cage or a wall. Let's see it first and then we'll talk through it. Okay, so the control I'm going to take here is going to be around the waist grip, like so. This is only really good when you've got someone pushed against the wall. I have to be a little bit careful with this when I'm doing it in space because I'm kind of engaging in this waist grip versus whizzer battle here, and Joe has a lot of opportunities to throw me. But if I can secure a grip like this and push Joe back to the wall, I can start straightening his shoulders. So now if he does start trying to turn his hip into me and throw me, because I can keep his shoulders tight against the wall, it's very difficult for him to actually get any of that stuff off. I'm actually using this hand here as well to grip his hip. What this means is if he starts to circle out in this way and try and get away from the wall, it's actually really difficult. And this allows me to take a free hand and head position to start creating pressure. So in terms of striking, this is good because I can start hitting, I can start using knees, punches, elbows, etc. Now from this position, if Joe takes a really narrow base, it'll be very difficult to trip him. But what I will be able to do is change my level and get on his legs and work lock doubles. So generally as I go here, to be defensively responsible, Joe has to take his base fairly wide. Now, an important thing to recognize is whenever someone has a wide base like this, it's pretty difficult for them to balance on one leg. If you just try and take that one leg off the mat and keep balance, very difficult, right? He has to fall in. Whereas if his legs are narrower, bring your legs closer together, stand on one leg, this is very easy. So whenever we've got a partner in a slightly wider base like this, trips are going to become more of a possibility. Now, I go tight waist, Joe's defending me from dropping with his wide base. I got inside position on this arm here. The first attack I'm always going to look to is this leg, okay? Generally when he's positioning himself with his hips turned this way, this foot will be away from the wall a little bit, so I'll have some chance to get behind. It can be difficult to get this though, because what Joe starts doing is switching his foot and taking it back to the wall like so, okay? Now, what happens when he does this is it's very difficult for him to keep both his heels against the wall. He feels like he doesn't have a lot of balance here, and it's quite easy for me to start dropping him off. So generally when he brings one foot back to the wall, in order to keep balance, the other one has to come away. And this is where the opportunity for the inside trip comes in. So we've clinched, I've pushed Joe back to the wall, I've got that control, I've got my inside control, I'm keeping his shoulders square. He's gone wide base to stop me dropping his level. Initially I go to this leg as he works to defend that. Now from here, I'm taking this leg back across as my head is going to move across here. And I'm going to take that leg outside with an inside trip and start bringing him down to positions where I can control. So the fine details there without the body is as I'm in this position, initially I threaten on this side, but then I bring my leg back here. And what I allow to happen as well is my head is going to go back across in this side. So I'm going to drop him out of that back door. Let's see that again. We've clinched up, I've secured an underhook, I've driven to the wall, I've got my partner's shoulders flat. His base is fairly wide, so I'm working to attack that trip here. I look to that inside trip against the wall. Basically on the leg he's not expecting, so there's an element of surprise there. Again, it's really important I keep his shoulders level. I start to work this trip. I feel that leg coming out and I hit the trip on the opposite side. All right, again, when I'm tripping, I'm looking to get quite low down his leg. I'm pointing my toe and I'm bringing the leg up and back, okay? Occasionally you'll get a situation where you don't trip them all the way down, they defend by bringing the legs narrower. But what this always gives us is opportunities to drop back in on the legs, okay? Because remember initially, he's defending this way by keeping his legs wide. If at any point he brings his legs narrow, there's not much stopping me from dropping down, locking my hands and completing the takedown there.